back with another video on how to act feminine on your first date. But before we get into it, follow me on Instagram at India__Michelle and Snapchat India.94. Now let's get into it. So yes, I'm doing a late show. It's like almost 11 o'clock at night. It's a Tuesday. Usually my videos are pre-recorded, so if you be like, it's not Tuesday, it's Friday. Yes, it's pre-recorded. I just came in from pizza night. My face is already done. Hair, you know, big. It's just something about big hair, child. You just like, ooh. But yes, I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and do a YouTube video since I'm looking all cute. But I really want to do videos like feminine videos on how to act on the first day, how to act when you're someone that you're dating, how to act when they first come to your house for the first time. And I just want to do videos on that. So tell me how you feel after you view this video. So we're gonna just go ahead and get right into it. So when it comes to a first date, one thing I notice is when it comes to like feminine videos on how to act, it's like very like extra bougie. It's like, yes, you act like this and you do this and you do that. No, India Michelle here is going to be very different. Yes, I'm going to follow certain guidelines that other feminine videos do follow, but I'm not going to tell you to be fake. One thing about it is when you do see certain feminine videos on how to be feminine, and yes, I'm growing along with you, so I'm not saying that I'm already there. Like, yes, I'm myself need to, especially growing in like YouTube, and not just in YouTube, but just in my personal life. I want to be a little bit more feminine, and too, I'm getting older. I'm 26 next year. In August I will be 27. Shout out to the Leo gang, period. But one thing I will say is, let's go ahead and get into it, is cursing. If you are a big follower of my channel, you will know that yes, I do curse. And sometimes, depending on the setting of where you're at, it's not really feminine to really curse a lot. Especially, like, it's one thing you with your homegirls and you cursing like a sailor. Even with men, it's okay when you're cursing like a sailor. But when you're at work, especially, excuse me, I'm taking shots. So I am a bit tipped, and my vision is a little bit like this light. This green light is kind of fucking up my vision, but we're gonna push right through. I'm still good up in here. But anyway, when it comes to like being on a first date, one thing you don't want to do is have being excessive when it comes to having a potty mouth. This blasting out F-bombs and MFers and just hard curse words. It's okay. Some people would say no cursing, but we all adults here. And then you also have to factor in this whole IG millennial generation. Everybody cuss. So it's one thing when you're feminine when it comes to like oh, like what the hell, and maybe ass or damn, but depending on the tone of how you put it, it's acceptable. But sitting here and dropping a whole bunch of F-bombs and MFers and B's and the P word, P meaning another word for you, cootie cat, and or like vulgar, that's basically what I mean, like vulgar language is not considered feminine. Especially for a first date, especially for somebody that really doesn't know you like the back of their hand, that's not really feminine. So I would say cut it down. And I'm gonna get to, because some people will say, are you really doing this for men or are you doing this for yourself? So I will get to that later on. Now moving along, when it comes to how to be feminine on the first date, the types of food you order. You don't want to order foods geared to using your hands unless it's like bread. Usually they serve you bread or salads, you know, before the appetizer or the not intro, the entree meal. You don't want to order foods that's going to be messy, because it deems to make you look unkept. I can't really think because again I had a couple of shots, but it just doesn't look feminine when you just sitting here dipping in ranch or blue cheese. You know what I'm saying? Or you ordering food like, yes, let me get a 10-piece hot lemon pepper sprinkle, extra wet, extra crunchy, with a peach drink on the side, and make sure my fries fresh. That shit looks very like ghetto, okay? Very hood rat. Like, you want to come in like, yes, I would like to have the porterhouse steak. Yes, how would you like it, ma'am? Yes, I would like to have it medium well. And I would like to have a side of red potato, garlic, mashed potatoes, and seasoned asparagus with a nice glass of, you know, whatever your favorite cocktail is. That's not, I'm not saying you have to sound like that, but use a more classy tone in your voice, not too, yeah, let me get a porterhouse steak, you know what I mean? This sound very feminine. You don't have to talk. It's cool when you know how to do it, ladies. It's cool when you're doing that with your friends versus when you're doing that on a first date. You know, the way you talk with your girlfriends is different how you talk to a man, especially when you first meet him. You don't want him to look at you like, okay, this girl ain't never been nowhere. She ordering freaking wings. Like, we had a nice fine cuisine dining, you know what I'm saying? And you ordering freaking, let me get a 10-piece hot. No, order a damn steak. Order some lamb chops. You know what I'm saying? Order something that's suitable for the type of restaurant you're at. It's not about trying to break a man's pockets, but just to look like, okay, this is what you're used to. So that's basically how you are on the first date, is how he's going to treat you from now on. If you're the type of girl that sit here, let me get a 10-piece hat, he's going to treat you like a, let me get a 10-piece hat and freak around and take you to freaking Applebee's or Chili's for 2 for $20, or a Wingstop. Then you really gonna feel played. You gonna be like, damn, this nigga broke. No, he just feels like you're not really worth taking you to fine dining restaurants because based off how you act. So that's one. For as what you order, how you eat, you wanna of course enjoy your meal, but you don't wanna enjoy it like it's the Last Supper. You just no, you want to, you know, eat pretty, but not too fake. Like, okay, this girl looking like she's trying to be cute, like she's eating like a bird. Yes, of course, enjoy your meal, but don't like grub on the food. Okay, now let's move on with how to dress on the first date. You don't want to dress real homely, and you don't want to dress like hella revealing like a Jezebel or a slut. You want to have the whole illusion of, ooh, I want to know how she look under that dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to dress like, damn girl, like, do you even have a shape? But you don't want to have it like all breasts out, ass out, you know, too much skin revealing. You want to be somewhat seductive, mysterious, you know what, like, you know what I mean, like just very a secretive shyness to it. You want him to kind of wonder what you look like under that dress. You know what I'm saying? Very class based, but not too, this bitch like she's getting ready to go to the club. You know what I'm saying? You want to be very something that's fitting to your body, but not too tight and not too loose. You know what I'm saying? Makeup that complements your skin, where you don't look like he's being catfish if you take this off. Like, if I take these lashes off, this makeup off, I'm still gonna look the same. You know, wear makeup that enhance your natural booty. I said booty. I'm about to say booty. Beauty. Like, yes, this is, you always see me with either braids, my natural fro, or different color wigs, but it still complements my face frame. You know what I'm saying? Like, it complements everything. Like, I could wear this on a first date. Maybe a little jewelry here, but I don't have it on me because, you know, like I said, I'm overseas. But this is still appropriate for first date attire. You know what I'm saying? Also, wear nice quality perfume, not body spray, none of that Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret. Get you some, invest in a nice YSL, Tom Ford, Chanel, something like that, that makes him be like, okay, I'm really enjoying her whole aura. Her aura. Is that how you say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you don't want to come off fake, because when I say come off fake, let's just say I'm, yes, you know, you're trying to come off like this extra bougie, and it's just way off of your personality. So when he does get to know you and you do get comfortable, he's gonna be like, well, you're not the type of chick that I started liking when I first met you. You want to already be authentic to yourself, but slowly wing it out. You know what I'm saying? Also, pick a certain type of man that's catered to you, catered to your personality. Don't get a man that's not catered to your personality, because y'all not going to mesh and it's not going to work out, and basically y'all going to be wasting each other's time. Also, your language. And yes, I said be mindful, you know, about having a potty mouth, but that's not really what I'm talking about. Just for as, and I'm talking about being a millennial. I'm 26 years old. I was born in 94. You know, I'm a 90s baby all day, all night. But calm down on the trendy slang, like the on God and, you know, on me. You know, you don't want to come off very, like, you want to be urban, but you don't want to be too gutter, ghetto, projectic urban. You want to be, you know, where you can, like how your parents always say, learn how to turn it on and off. You ever heard somebody say learn how to turn it on and off? Meaning, when you turn it on, when to be extra urban when you're more in a relaxed setting, and when to turn it off when you want to be more in a more high class, more professional setting, more elegant setting. And when it comes to being elegant in a restaurant on a first date, so you don't want to be pulling up, and I should have said this first, but you don't want to be pulling up in a restaurant listening to NBA YoungBoy. Don't come in there when your bass all loud and stuff like that. That's not feminine. Also, when it comes to communication, never just talk about yourself. Be kind of a back and forth thing where he's getting to know you, you getting to know him. Because when you just talking about yourself, you sound very arrogant, and you sound very like shallow, like you just all about yourself. Like, let's just say the shoe's on the other foot, and the man just sitting here just talking about himself, like reading, like talking to you as if he's reading his like as if he's reading a resume. You're gonna get bored and you're gonna get turned off. So what you think he's thinking? This exact same thing. You don't want to just talk about just yourself. You want to have the question answer type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Also, laugh at his jokes, especially when it's funny, not overly laughing. And you also want to be funny. You want to also display a certain sense of humor on a date. You don't want to kind of sound too dry, where it's just y'all just staring at each other and the whole time you're just eating. Of course, you don't want to be talking with your mouth full, but just talk, you know, in a feminine way. And I know, especially in this day and age, the IG world, we don't really talk about that. And when we do talk about that, to do talk about it, or you do look up videos that's feminine, it's kind of like these girls they don't relate to me. But sis, I am that girl where yes, I love listening to my NBA YoungBoy. I do like to cuss like a sailor. I do like to wear certain clothes that's revealing. But this is a time where in our lives, where especially when you're in your mid-20s leading to your 30s, you want to kind of grow out of the quote unquote norm that you were used to in your early 20s and late teens. It's not considered flattering when you're come off as extra juvenile and extra ghetto. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the first date, men are going to treat you according to how you present yourself. I remember when I was young, I was like junior, senior in high school, and I was talking, we won't like dating. We didn't even mess around on that type of level. He wanted to, but I was like, nah. And he took me to Texas Roadhouse. And Texas Roadhouse is nowhere near extravagant, but I had ordered a burger. And he looked at me like, girl, what you ordering a burger for? And he had ribs and mashed sweet potatoes. And I remember telling my mom, and she was like, yeah, you know, sometimes guys just don't really like that. And that told me, even at that age, as a junior, senior age in high school, like, okay, this is what certain type of men want. And that kind of stuck with me for the rest, that sticks with me for the rest of my life. Like, okay, I can't just be sitting here coming at in the first date talking about like, yeah, can I get my wings wet? He gonna like, wet? You mean sauce? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't use certain language that you're used to. You have to be very mindful how you speak. And yes, again, I took a couple of shots. So yes, excuse me if I miss anything, and tell me in the comments how you feel you should act on the first date, and tell me if anything that I've missed on how a woman, especially not a bougie, extra bougie girl, and I'm gonna get on y'all too about y'all wanna be bougie females, and y'all might not like it, but that's how I feel about. And like I said, I'm going to do a lot of feminine videos on this one about how to act on the first date, and so on and so on and so on. Don't forget to follow my socials at India__Michelle on Instagram and Snapchat India.94. Until next time with another video. Bye-bye.